Alright, today I'm making sausage and onions. I'm going to make chicken apple sausage. This is onions. This was 2.5 onions, good sized ones, probably about like that big. I cut up. I didn't record that because cut onions. I'm sure you can imagine it. I'm going to use grapeseed oil. Get like a pretty good amount of that in there. Grapeseed oil does not taste like grapes, just so you know. I would almost say it doesn't really have a taste. Salt. Pepper. And that's it for now. I'm going to mix this up. As always, like I said, I personally really like the flavors to be even over everything, so when I put my seasonings in, I'm sure you will notice if you continue to watch the videos too, I just put everything over pretty evenly, or try to, get a little bit over everywhere. I don't really want to be shocked with different bites. I don't want one bite to have I don't want one bite to have an overwhelmingly stronger flavor than another bite. That's how I like to cook. That's how I like to eat, too, for the most part. So that's why I do that, and then, like I said, I mix things up as best I can. This looks like a shitload of onions right now, but onions will cook down a lot. So I'm going to leave that like that. The stove is set to 5. The way to caramelize or cook onions is to put them on medium for usually like it could be like 45 minutes ish. I'll check them repeatedly. I'm gonna let it cook. I'm making dinner for 3 of us tonight. I mean, of course, leftovers will be fine. I've got all that onions, and I'm gonna make about 2 packages, which is 8 sausages. So that will definitely be more than one meal for the 3 of us. My wife and kid are small. Me and my son will eat probably 2 each, and then my wife will, I'm sure, just have 1, maybe 1.5. Should be pretty good. Still leave a couple left over. I am gluten-free, but my family is not, so I bought them some nice buns from a local, really, really good grocery store. I will cut them up. Now what I do, these buns are not cut, so I'll slice the buns, and then the way that I toast them lightly is I will put the oven on just like 150, 200, let it go, put the buns on a sheet of tin foil, slide them in the oven, toast them like that. You can go a little bit quicker. If you want to be quicker, you could put it on, set it to broil, and then put it on. When you do that, I would suggest putting the middle, the open inside of the sandwich facing up, facing the broiler. That'll kind of toast. Then the outside will just be more warm. If you do it on the low setting in the oven, leave them in there for just like 2 or 3 minutes. It'll kind of sort of start to toast it, but just a really, really, really like toasting the bun. People seem to like that. I know I did before I went gluten-free. So for myself, I am also at the moment trying to avoid carbs as much as possible, so I will simply have a plate of onions and sausage. I think I'm also going to make some of the greens, the spinach, at least for myself, to mix it in. I'm not going to force that upon everybody with this meal, so I don't really think I'm going to necessarily do that to them. But I'll make enough. It doesn't take long either, so if they want some, I'll just add some to it, to my own separate frying pan that I'll have going with the spinach or power grains, whatever I have right now. It's a power grain mix. And that's it. So I'm just going to pretty much leave the onions alone. I'm going to cook. Then I'm also going to cover them. Not completely, but mostly. Cover it like that. You can see there's a pretty good amount of space available there for them to breathe. But by doing this, it'll kind of steam them also. Sort of help them cook a little bit more. And get sort of like a steamed caramelized combo action going. We'll serve that with mustard. What kind of mustard you want. I believe we have a variety. I think I still have regular, spicy, and the brown one with like the mustard seeds in it. But I'm going to leave that like that, just salt and pepper for now. I may change my mind, possibly add some ranch. I've got powdered ranch flavoring. I've done it before. It's really good. I'm also contemplating adding truffle oil. About 99% sure I'm going to add the truffle oil actually. So I'm just deciding whether or not I want to do truffle and ranch or just truffle. Either way, it's going to be delicious. Super easy. Everybody likes it, and it's pretty nutritious too. Grapeseed oil is healthy. Onions obviously are fine. Chicken apple sausage isn't that bad at all. I bought the no nitrates, which means uncured, minimally processed. Yeah, a good way to check too is just check the ingredients. The chicken, dried apple, salt, fruit juice concentrate, spices, celery powder, and pork casing. It's great. You know, not a lot there. It does have 3 sugars per link, and that's going to be natural sugars from the fruit juice and the dried apple. Doesn't have any added sugar. That's key. You don't want to look for it. You know, anything with added sugar is pretty much the type of shit that you want to try to avoid. So that's it. I will pause for now. Like I said, I'm going to let these cook for a little while. My wife should be home. I'm aiming for this to be for us to eat in an hour. It will be ready in less than an hour though. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let these cook. I'm going to come over and stir it or mix them, fold them, whatever you want to call it, every once in a while, just so that the ones that are on top get to the bottom, the ones that are on the bottom don't stay on the bottom of the pan the entire time. And you can see too, they're shrinking already. It already looks like there's less in here. So just kind of try to get it going like that. Try not to really let ones burn. It's not up high enough, they're not going to sit here long enough to burn, but to just kind of even out the cooking. Come over every once in a while, every few minutes, and mix it up like this. And then I will put the sausage in. The sausage is also, I do believe it is fully cooked. It is fully cooked. So the sausage doesn't have to go long at all, just enough to heat it up. So I'll just put it in there for probably like 15 minutes or so. Leave it on medium. get the sausages going. Once everything is like cooked, I'll just lower the stove, leave it on like 2. That'll keep everything warm. I'll keep it covered. That way, you know, at least me and my son can eat when we're hungry. I have to eat in like an hour because I have to work tonight. My wife works late, isn't really hungry. As soon as she gets home, whatever, it'll be sitting on the stove ready to go. As always, delicious, simple, easy. Take care of everybody, keep everybody happy. And we'll share the rest in a minute. Alright, they decided, fuck it. I am going to add the ranch. So, it's powdered ranch. It's going to look like way too much. That's how I like to season stuff, though. And you will too. I promise, alright? Because if you don't use enough, you can't taste it, right? I mean, if you're going to add a flavor, add the fucking flavor. And if you don't. I mean, of course, there's exceptions to that. Certain things are really strong. You know, thyme is very strong. Garlic can be pretty strong. You know, so, I mean, certain things you have to be careful how much you use. Spiciness, you got to be aware of who you're cooking for when you're making things spicy. But something like that, add it in, you know, what the fuck. If you're going to use it, use it. And I'm telling you too, that looked like a lot. It wasn't that much. It's not going to be ranch flavored. As much as you would think that that is, as much as it looked like it's going to make it ranch flavored, it's going to give it a hint of it. It'll taste good, really fucking good. And then I'll tell people, I'll be like, yeah, you know what, I used the shit over there ranch. And they're like, oh, that's why it's just, that's why it tastes like that. It's a little something extra. With the people who are eating it, but they didn't actually cook it, they'll notice that there's something extra in there, but not really know what it is. And I mean, it's pretty obvious, right? Sausage, onions. Ranch goes with that shit very well. Mustard. It's going to be good. You can also make the spicy. I'm just going to use the spicy mustard. But you could definitely add the cayenne, the red pepper, whatever you want. Spice it up a little bit. And I'm going to add turmeric like I always do. But I'm going to put it at the end because I want to be able to see exactly how well the onions are cooked. And I don't want to turn it orange and then make it like weird to look at. So there you go for now. Alright, here we go now. Finishing touches. The onions have been cooking for a while now. Dude, I started them on 5, put them down to 4. Still going good. I'm going to just throw the sausages in. I'm going to pretty much do that. That's it. Got the sausages in here. I'm aiming to eat personally in like 20 minutes. My wife should be home probably any minute now. That's it then. So I'm going to try to kind of scoop the onions off to the side a little bit more. Get the sausages in here in the middle of the pan. More if I can. Mix it all up. I also want to try to mix them to make sure to get the flavor from the onions and the salt, the pepper in the ranch seasoning and everything that I put on there on the sausages. And just let them cook like this. like I said, I'm aiming to eat like 20 minutes from now, so I think even on 4, it should probably be good. And that's going to be it, really. I could, you know what, I mean, fuck it. I was debating whether or not I would put the truffle oil in now, or just drizzle it over as it's done, but I'm going to do it now. So there you go. Boom, a little truffle oil. Yeah. Oh my god, it smells unfucking believable already. I'm going to just let it cook like that. This is going to be unbelievable, really, really, really good. Mixing it up a little. You can really, really smell the truffle. There was white truffle oil that I used. I also have black truffle oil. To tell you the truth, I am not fancy enough to know what the difference is. I'm going to use the white one first because truffle oil can go bad relatively quick. You know, most oils you can keep for like a long time. Ones in plastic bottles you don't want to keep too long. You know, like kind of use what you have, but you know, you got a good olive oil in a glass bottle, it'll last a while. Truffle oil, on the other hand, just I think I looked it up. I think it said like 6 months or something, maybe even 3. I don't know. I just know that once upon a time, not too long ago, thought I had truffle oil. We had this whole awesome thing ready to go. Open the bottle, didn't smell like anything, as opposed to the strong and delicious truffle smell. So I looked it up online and found out that it doesn't go bad relatively quick. So I'm going to use a white one before I get to the black one. But I will definitely keep all of you posted as to which I prefer, what the difference is. Maybe it's a subtle difference, you know. Anything for myself, just to add nutritional value. I'm not going to put the buns in because it only takes a second, but I'm going to turn the oven on. Turn it to 175. Like I said, that is for the buns I'm going to make for my family. I'm going to keep it low carb, not have any buns. Plus I'm gluten free. You can also always eat gluten free by just using gluten free bread. I do have gluten free bread. I like a lot. It's actually really good. There's also the same company whose bread I buy. He has baguettes. I've used those for sausage, meatball sandwiches. I think one time too. That was really good. You know, whatever. You can use a gluten-free bread if you want to, of course. I'm just going to keep it low carb, so I am going to personally stay away from the any kind of bread at all. But I got nice good buns from the bakery, from the family. They like it. And I'll enjoy it. I think another good, another important thing is that if you're going to try to eat healthy, maybe you are and your family's not, and it's fine. You know, definitely don't try to force it. It's probably not going to help at all. And you know, you just make delicious shit like this. This is good. This is good, and it's healthy. They'll eat it, not even realize that they're eating healthy food or care. You know, so you can just make healthy stuff, and everybody likes it. It's all that really matters. Alright, so got that cooking up, just about done. Here are the buns, as I said, sliced on foil. That'll just get slid right into the oven. Here's the spinach on the side. I made for myself. My wife came home, she said that she would probably want some too. So all I'm going to do for that is just add to it. That in that pan right now is about 2 fistfuls of the greens. I'm just going to put another 2 fistfuls in. Kind of lazy. So just grab a fistful, run it under cold water, rinse it off, drop it right in there. It says that it's already pre-washed, but I always double wash it. I highly suggest that you do too. They're pretty sure that what the hell was it? E. coli or salmonella or whatever the hell was going on at Chipotle is from the vegetables. They can definitely hold bacteria. There's also some grapeseed oil in the pan, and add a little bit more salt, pepper. I put the turmeric actually on the spinach. I didn't know if that would make my family think that they didn't want to eat it or make it look at the sausage weird. So there you go. Salt, pepper. Put the turmeric on the spinach. Start it in the inventory. And you know what? I'm going to spice this up a little bit. That's it. Turning the sausages over here in the other pan. Don't think you can see it from there. Just turning them over. Moving shit around in here. Things cooking evenly. Just gonna use the same one. Spice this up. Let it all wilt. And that's it. Like I said, put the buns in for like 2 minutes. Toast them up a little bit. And there we go. That's it. What is?